I'm late. And in internet parlance, late and gay. Not really, but you know, internet parlance. What can you do? You got to use the gamer words. Hello, everybody. Talk to me in the chat. You know you want to. Hello, Dominic. Who else is here? Darren and Ismo. Ismo, I am first. Of course you are, my friend. Ismo, Finlandia. Kipis. Kipis. Cheers, folks. Only coffee again. And black this time, and cold. Didn't have time to make a proper one. Hit that like button, folks. You know you need to. You know you want to. Do a tramp a favour. Hit the bloody like button. Why not? It's free! And if you haven't subscribed, get on it, dog on it. Camelot 331. That's who I borrowed that one from. Okay, folks. This is episode 20. Karen, hello. Episode 20 of TrampCast. From the channel Delta Mike, that's me. Down and out. A hobo. A tramp. A vagrant. A down and out. An indigent person. A person of no fixed abode. In Torrevieja, on the southeast coast of Spain. Trapped by the Spaniards. And the police were after me again this morning, folks. We'll get to it. Hang on till the end. Got to dangle that there. That's the bait that keeps you. In 2 hours, I'll tell you all about the police, if it doesn't come up beforehand. And it might. It may well. Okay, let me just move my pen out of the way so I can see what's what. Okay. How's my day been? It's not been a bad day. It's not been a bad day today. Different, and we'll get to that when we get to Sunday. You'll have to stay to the end, or watch on the replay if you have to go away for some reason. But yeah, it's been a day. It's been a different day. It's a lovely day. Let's do this. Let's do the. Well, let's start with the obvious, the missing thing so far. Oh, can you see her? There's my girl over there somewhere. Oh, I zoomed in too far. You can see nothing but her. There you go. Or nothing but her butt, if I get it wrong. There you go. There's my girl. Tina, quiet. It's okay. We got company in the area. We got company, and she's reacting. But it's a look at the sun. Look at the sky. It's clear, more or less. A few wispy little bits over in the distance, but there over towards the sea. The car's driving past. I think that might be what she was barking at. But no, that's it's been a lovely day. Cold night last night. In fact, the last 2 or 3 nights, very cold. 8 degrees or thereabouts. Sometimes a little bit lower, maybe. But yeah, it's not been too bad. Why is there a button hovering on the screen? I don't know what that means. What happens if I click it? Do I? The last time I did this, I killed the stream, folks. No, not this time. Okay. Yeah, not a bad day. Okay, folks, episode 20. So, let's begin with stats, figures, facts, random information about the number 20. What do we got? 2020 vision. In a lot of countries, imperial measurement type countries, we use 2020 to discuss how good sight is. I'm told in metric countries they use the number 6. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't understand the ins and outs of it, but it is as it is. 2020 vision. And by extension, if you're reviewing the past, and you're talking about things in the past, and you've got an idea of how you should have done things different, or how someone else should have done things differently, then you're said to have 20/20 hindsight. It's always easy, isn't it, to know what you should have done after the event. It's a bit like predictions. We'll get to predictions and forecasts. Predictions are difficult, especially about the future. That was the theme of a couple of videos this week. Did any of you actually watch my weather, the ones on Monday and Tuesday? My friend Ismo is back in Uvascular. Oh, mate, you've got your back problem again, so no work. That's no good. Ismo has a very bad back after an accident driving coaches, I think. 20/20 hindsight. Okay. As I said, did anybody watch my my magical storms video, where the weather forecast app says that there's going to be thunder and lightning, and then it says no, there's not, and then it says there's not going to be any rain, and then it rained, and then they said, oh, it might rain, and then they said, oh, 3 hours of thunder and lightning, and then none of that ever happened because weather forecast apps, the bane of my fucking life. Darren watched. Thank you, my friends. You see, some of you out there, some of you watch and actually type in the chat. Not enough of you. Although after last week's program, it said there'd been like 40 chat messages, and I'd seen about 3 all program. YouTube, their app is crap. I'm investigating other options. Apparently I can use other apps and connect to YouTube to broadcast to them while I have a better app in front of me. There's also StreamYards, Streamlabs, a bunch of other. I'm investigating the possibilities, folks, because I'm struggling with the YouTube app. We'll talk about that. Was it last week where I had to start a new stream from scratch right at the beginning? Because while I was typing and inputting the information about the stream, the keyboard disappeared, and I accidentally, without knowing it, I flicked a setting on. When it disappeared, it took my click anyway, and activated a setting that was no use to me, that would have been broadcasting my screen. Yeah, no, the YouTube app is not well regarded by people in the know. Okay, number 20, let's get back on track. Roman numeral XX. We all know that one, I think. It looks like 2 kisses on a page. Icosahedron is a 3D shape that has 20 faces that are all triangular. 20 triangular faces. Icosahedron. And an even better one, this is one that you'll all know the word from when you were a kid. This is one of those ones that you learn the word but don't necessarily know what it means. A dodecahedron. That's another 3D shape. This one has 20 edges, 20 vertices, as they say in maths. So it's not corners. It's the edges. Basically, I think you take 2 pentagons. So you've got the 5-sided thing, and you've got a point at one, and you make the other one the other way up. And then you add a pentagon, I think it's a pentagon, at each one of those, edged onto each one of those, and you put the 2 halves together, and you get 20 vertices. It's beyond me. I pretend I know maths, just because I was a government statistician for a little while, and did quite a lot of stats and maths at uni. I don't actually know. What you learn at school, what they call mathematics, isn't. It's not mathematics. Them's just your basic sums. Mathematics is a fascinating subject that maybe we'll do a separate stream on one day, because I really do like some aspects of it. Yeah. Where are we? We've done icosahedron, we've done dodecahedron. Okay. Apparently, there are 20 amino acids that are within, or can be used within DNA molecules. 20 amino acids are used to build proteins, which then... oh wow, Phil, you're in Torry. I didn't know. Are you always here, or have you just arrived? Is it a holiday type thing, or permanent? cost of a loaf of bread in the UK, 20 quid. I can believe it, mate, yeah. The way prices have been going up the last couple of years. Yeah. I was just having this conversation with someone this morning about how prices went up on things like carrots that went up about 80%. Ridiculous. Come back down. A lot of things have started to come back down again, but they don't come back down as quickly as they went up, and they don't come back down as far as they started. It's like you're relieved if something's only gone up 50% in the last year. Crazy. Okay. In the international dialing codes, 20 gets you Egypt, apparently. I'll just wait for the motorbike to go past. Yeah, 20 gets you Egypt. I'm not sure how those numbers were ever assigned. I don't know. What do we got here? Okay, in Citizens Band Radio, what's your 20 or your 1020s, your location? Back in the day, I know that we've got some CB radioers out there, haven't we? From back in the day. I don't know if any of you still do any of that. It's worth having if you're a prepper, if you're in any way, you know, doing the preparedness thing in case of the end of the world as we know it. I doubt that we've got any kind of end of the world preppers on. I got a bit of a prepper kind of streak to me, but not end of the world stuff. Nearest landmark to me, Torre del Morro, sorry, isn't far away. That's just a couple hundred meters up the road. Gran Bazar El Zoco is literally just here. ZOCO, Gran Bazar. It's all single, no double letters in Spanish, hardly ever. Gran Bazar El Zoco, ZOCO. That's right on the doorstep, next to the Repsol garage. We're on the road that is the promenade later on. It's Alfred Nobel, Sir Alfred Nobel Avenue or whatever it is. Tina girl. Come here. Come here. You're too far away. Come here. Where am I? Where am I? Okay, I'm getting distracted so easily, guys. I think that's about it, isn't it, for my random fact about the number 20. You've had enough of those, yeah? We're 13 minutes in. I got a couple of getting to know you questions in case we're waiting on anybody else joining us. I'd like to think we'd get a couple more. Tina, come here. Come here now. Yes, good girl. Come on. Yeah. If you're good, you might get a treat later. Come here. Sorry, folks. The reason I was late, I was a minute or two late. I just took her for a very quick walk before we started, and then as we got back, I remembered that I haven't fed her yet today, and I didn't feed her yesterday at all. Apart from when she eats all of my food while I'm eating. She didn't have her food yesterday, so I needed to give her some today. I've said in the past, one day every week or two, I'll make her go without food, just so it's a little bit unpredictable, a little bit random. Lower her blood sugar levels, make sure she doesn't go all diabetic or anything. Okay, folks, getting to know you questions. I've only written a couple down. Have I got any guilty pleasures? And I kind of do. I think I discussed this in the run-up to Christmas. Those slushy Christmas movies, you know, the one where the girl works in a bakery and sees the guy and he's running some ski resort or something. I kind of like those Hallmark Christmas films. They're a bit of a guilty pleasure. It's a little bit, you know. Yeah, I feel a bit daft even acknowledging that, but that's true. And another one, Elvis films. I love me an Elvis film. I like all of those. Fucking hell. Can you hear that? Do you hear the motorbike? All that noise for one person to get from here to there, and everywhere he goes, 1,000 people listening to him. I kind of like these electric scooters just for the fact that they're not fucking noisy. They're annoying in other ways, don't get me wrong, but and they're everywhere in Torrevieja. I don't know about back in the UK, but here they're everywhere. I don't know about Spain in general, but Torrevieja, you can't step off a pavement without bumping into those electric scooters that you stand on. At least they're quiet though. You're not listening to a fucking noisy strimmer or a lawnmower on acid. So yeah, guilty pleasures. Elvis films, I was saying. In particular, favourite one. It's got to be Viva Las Vegas. Has to be. I like a lot of the others as well. Most of them. But Viva Las Vegas. There's a guilty pleasure. Another question I wrote down. Favourite subject in school. And you guys feel free to jump in. You got any guilty pleasures? What are you embarrassed to admit? Like you're going to type that here, right? You don't chat at the fucking best of times. You're not really going to start telling me your guilty, deep, dark secrets. Cheers to the subscribers. And if you're playing along at home, drink! You know you want to. Cold black coffee. I've got loads of milk. There's no excuse for it being black. Hey, Karen. I has milk. Okay. Favourite subject in school was the next question. And there's just an obvious answer here, isn't there? Maths. Loved me some maths at school. But it's not complex. It was never difficult enough. It could never be difficult enough. Apart from matrix multiplication, I to this day I don't know what the point of that was. I'm told by people who go on and do engineering and things at a higher level that the matrix manipulation is a key skill to have. I didn't get it. Don't know why. I could do it, but I didn't know why we were doing it or what it was for. That was just something. Now, along with maths, physics, because maths. And you're seeing a pattern. I was just saying, when I went to university, I'm doing a business degree, and you had all of the units were elective. You just mix and match 9 units out of however many hundred there were. And I stacked mine at 5 of them were like operational research related, which is just maths by another name. I even stuck in an accounting unit because maths. Even though it's only addition and subtraction, there's never anything more complicated than addition and subtraction. Maybe some basic multiplication and division, but very basic. So that was me, folks. I skewed everything towards maths, and see, when you write an essay, you can't get above 70. Maybe if you're exceptional, you might squeeze a 73 or a 75% if you're really kissing the lecturer's butt. But if you do a maths course, you can come out at the end of it with an average of 98%, which I did. And when all of those averages get averaged for your overall degree result, it helps. It helps. That's what I did. I loaded lots of maths onto my degree just so that I could take it easy and walk through the damn thing. 4 years, learnt nothing at the end of it that I didn't know at the beginning, but I got the ticket, I got the certificate. What a waste of time. Oh, and I got halfway through the degree and the guy running it says that if they'd known my background, I could have skipped 2 years. That was nice. That was nice. So yeah, favourite subject in school. And the last question here in the getting to know you section. Favourite midnight snack. I've been having this a lot recently, so this is my current favourite at least. It's baguette with mayonnaise. So break off a piece of baguette, slice it down the middle in half, smear it with mayonnaise and slices of chorizo. And away you go. At the minute my chorizo is the spicy pimento type, the hot and spicy chorizo. So that's my current midnight snack of choice. Not bad for a tramp, eh? baguette, mayonnaise, and chorizo. I'm doing all right. I ran out of money this week. Went 3 days without anything, but yeah. Hey, not quite 3 days, but I made a pan of. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I made a pan of stew. I made a big chili at one point. Happy in the sun. That's the way to be. In the sun when you can. I was speaking to a guy earlier. I won't go into too many details, but yeah, the choice of being homeless in the UK or homeless in Spain. Pick the sunshine every time. I honestly, I couldn't survive in the UK homeless. I wouldn't know where to begin. I honestly wouldn't. Tina, shush. I wouldn't know where to begin. Okay, we got a car pulled up. Okay, darling. Thank you for the warning. Thank you for the warning, but that's it. Okay, stop. Tina, I'm going to get angry if you carry on, darling. Come on. I said thank you for telling me. Now let's be quiet. Oh, there goes my page. Where are we, folks? Where are we? So that was my favourite midnight snack anyway, and food. So shall we begin proper now? We're over 20 minutes in, aren't we? I think we can, I think was it last week we were on 50 minutes before I made a start. Oh, well, we're only just touching on it, aren't we? Themes for the week. I forgot to write this section down. I had to add this to my notes at the end. So this is the next section that we cover now, the overall themes, the overarching themes for the week. And for me this week, it was clouds. If you were watching last week, shout out in the chat if you were here. Just put a thumbs up or something if you were here last week. Nobody's answering. Come on, you were here last week, some of you were. I said last week that the weather forecast, here we go, Miami Rose. I said last week that we were expecting Monday and Tuesday to be cloudy at the beginning of the week. Monday and Tuesday are always at the beginning of the week, aren't they? But, what's going on up there? Sorry, strangers at the top of the road. Yeah, they said Monday and Tuesday was going to be cloudy. They were wrong. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were cloudy. Very bloody cloudy. I think we had at the end of Tuesday, just as the sun was low in the sky, we had a couple of hours of kind of moderate sunshine, weak sunshine. But the sun was already low and it was coming through kind of hazy cloud on the horizon. So that was no fun. And especially when, like, my phone here and the batteries for my lights and things are charged from solar. I can believe they do cloud seeding. Yeah, I mean, Spain's going through a horrendous drought. So they'll probably try everything to try. They'll go and do a bloody rain dance if they think it'll work. Parts of Spain are in the worst drought ever. Up north especially, I think. I don't know about chemtrailing. But, where was I? Yeah, 3 days of cloud. And everything I've got is everything I've got that's kind of modern, anything, first world, powered by electric. This phone, my entertainment, and also me to speak out to you guys. I need the electricity. So my solar panels and batteries, the lights I use at night, the head torch that Karen gave me. Karen's in the chat, I think. That's 3 batteries. And I've now, we'll get to this. I got some new batteries this week. Rechargeable. AAA. I had AA, which I use for this big light. The light that I use here in the show if it goes dark on me if I talk for too long. if it goes dark before I'm finished. So those use double A's, but the head torch uses triple A's, and I didn't have any rechargeable ones of those. So I ordered from Temu. I think they say Temu. I got a delivery here this week. So yeah. So anyway, clouds and solar and batteries. The main battery, after 3 days without sun, my battery was down to one light. Not 4 or 3 or 2, 1 light. Star Trek reference, folks. I can't stop it, can I? I can't stop it. So I was worried when we got past 2 days without any sun, or minimal sun, and then I saw we were going to have a third. I was worried that we were going to run out of power on the main battery. Fortunately, the guys, Mark and Jeff, they brought the original battery back. Well, Jeff did. Brought the original battery, charged it at their end, and then brought it back here. So if I do totally run out on this, I can switch batteries. I have a backup. It's always good to have a fallback plan. Okay. Any other main theme? Oh, well, yeah, okay. Haircut and shave. Well, trim. It's going to be a shave eventually when I get around to it. Nobody noticed? Nobody commented? Or have you all watched the videos already? Nobody was surprised at the tramp suddenly looking all suave and debonair. Yeah. So that was a thing. And the other ongoing theme that I have, rodentia, mice, and the other ones, the bigger ones. I think we got 2 or 3 mice this week. I think it was 3. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to look back and see what I said last week. I'm not sure what day that was. But yeah, well, I'll tell you about this later, but Friday night, I fell asleep while listening to my program, Friday Night Tights. I fell asleep and something woke me, something running past my head. And I flicked the torch on my head, and just saw the arse end of a mouse running up and over some plastic bags and some clothes. Yeah, mice. That's my ongoing theme for. It was all last year, wasn't it? It was all last year. Right from the time that rats stole a pizza, a whole fucking pizza, out of the pack without me noticing. Bastards. And the time they stole a banana from right by my bed. Literally took the banana away. Didn't stand there munching on it. They took it away. I found the bloody skin out 2 or 3 meters from the tent the next day. They literally stole a banana from next to my bed. But that was before we had a tent. That was when I was just under a tarpaulin, balanced on 6 broom handles. Oh boy. The pizza was before that. That was before last Christmas. Before, like 13 months ago, 14 months ago. Okay, folks, those are the themes for the week. Clouds and solar, batteries, and my delivery batteries. Mice, and haircut and shave, or haircut and beard trim. Shall we begin? We're coming up on half an hour. Yeah, people say anything, what's the word I'm looking for? Chemicals that evaporate. I can't get that. The word's not coming. I'll remember about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll get the right word. No, it's on the tip of it. It's there, but it's not coming. But yeah, anything like that. Pungent smells. Why not? Why not use peppermint neat mixed with water? Okay, don't use it neat. Mix it with water. I'm with you. Okay. Don't think I've got peppermint. I've got what's the stuff they use for keeping mosquitoes away? It smells like lemon. Citronella. I've got some citronella, which I think I've read somewhere has a similar effect if used. See, this time of year there aren't really mozzies and flies that much, so I haven't been spraying around with any of that stuff. Volatile is the word I was looking for a minute ago. Volatile chemicals, things that evaporate and are pungent and get carried around in the air. I knew I'd get there in the end, and I didn't have to wait until 3 in the morning. That's not bad by my standards. Okay, folks, shall we begin? So last Sunday after TrampCast, I've said this the last couple of times, I stood up and was chilled to the fucking bone. I didn't realise how cold I was. And what was worse this time, in the past I've said this, and I get up and I stretch around and walk, take the dog for a walk and get the blood flow going in my legs, and 5 or 10 minutes later I'm fine. Last week, not so much. I took Tina for a walk. I tried jumping on the spot and just like getting the blood pumping in my legs. I had to get into bed and not just like sit on the bed or get under the covers with them like around my waist while I sit up. I was so cold, I had to get in and pull the covers up and wrap myself in the bed properly for a good 3 or 4 hours. It was probably midnight before I started to not feel chilled to the bone. And it wasn't that cold a night. I think I've written in my notes here, it was 14 degrees, which is typically, that would feel warm. A 14 degree night in winter, that should feel fine. But I was just so cold. Here's the other thing. I was asking you guys last week, did you remember I'd had a really good week the week before last Sunday's TrampCast with YouTube subscribers and YouTube videos getting watched by 1,800 people, which is a lot for my little channel. You know, not that many people interested in the life of a tramp or a homeless guy or a hobo or whatever word we're going to use. So I'd managed to get above 400 subscribers, and at the start of TrampCast I was on 412, or the last time I checked before the program. When I finished and checked, I was on 414, and a couple of hours later 415. So that felt great. I like watching, I've said I like watching the numbers go up, and there are things that happen. There are things that happen once we hit 500. Tina, girl. Tina, shush. Tina, quiet, darling. Come here. Quiet. It's just a bike. It's okay. Shush. It's just... Oh, it's a scooter. Okay. It's not a bike. It's a scooter. They want to go everywhere on them, don't they? In the supermarket, I can't remember when. It'll be probably a couple of weeks ago. Guy wanted to bring his scooter in and go around the supermarket on his fucking scooter. They won't just park him up outside, and they won't just put him in the doorway. He wanted to take it around the bloody shop with him. But at least they're quiet compared to that motorbike that went past. Okay, so yeah, 415 subs, and I was loving it. So off to sleep I go. I was cold all night, most of the night, like I said. Went to sleep early because why wouldn't you? I just needed to get warm, and sleeping lets your body process what it needs to and get access to energy. Remove some of the fat. Need that as well. Starting to put weight on, folks. I am actually starting to put weight on. I'm noticing my trousers getting tighter. It's not good. I told you that I went down from a 38-inch waist to a 32-inch waist when I first became homeless. Because I was only eating 4 slices of bread a day. With some chocolate spread or pate, whatever I had. So I don't want to be piling it back on too quickly. I do want to put some back on, but it's got to be slowly, and it's got to be within the clothes that I've got. Anyway, off to sleep I go, and I wake up Monday morning. Like I said, Monday's supposed to be the first of 2 really cloudy days. And then, true to the forecast, it was really cloudy. It was a shit day. Cold, dank, dark, just not good. Not good. Shitty, well, yeah, I've written here, shitty, horrible, cold, cloudy day. I put the solar panels out, and I'm pointing them to where the sun should be, or I'm guessing where the sun should be at the time of day. There wasn't a hope in hell of it even coming through. Oh, not on the Monday. That was a kind of a fool's errand. 15 years younger than last week. It's possible, my friend. It's possible. It's the white beard that makes me look old. I could play Father Christmas. Yeah. But yeah, so Monday, cold, dark, crap, and even more depressing. I told you how I like to watch these numbers rising with the subscribers and how many people are watching the videos. YouTube pulled the plug and my videos are getting no viewers, and even worse, my subscribers start dropping down. So from, like I said, from after I went over 400 and it went to 412 and then 414 and 415 after the TrampCast, it then starts dropping from 415 to 414 down to 413, momentarily down to 412, and then we get a subscriber back. But I don't know. I guess my channel's a mixture, and people subscribe. Like if you catch one of my cookery videos, you think, oh, it's a cookery channel. And then the next video I release is just me whining about dead mice or rats or something. Yeah, so people subscribe and then unsubscribe. It's all right. I understand. I'm not to everybody's taste, and it's quite eclectic. It's a mixture of different genres over here, I guess. I should probably standardize and separate these things out into different channels one day. Once there's enough content, maybe I will. But yeah, so I decided obviously I'm just going to be staying in camp all day, and worse than that, I'm going to just be staying in the tent all day. So I pick up a video that I'd made, or clips that I'd made. So this is on the Monday, not on the Friday previous, but the Friday before that. So 10 days prior, I'd recorded the videos about the thunderstorms that never happened. The magical thunderstorms that now you see me, now you don't, on the weather app. So I did a video of that, edited it together and released that because the channel just needed to have a video put out. Otherwise it was just going to sit and spin and die on its backside. So and for a few hours, for the first 2 or 3 hours, it did really well. And you know, you release a video and you're getting 20% click-through, which is really good. But then YouTube stopped showing it to anybody. They stopped offering it up to anybody, and it just died on its backside. I don't understand them. If you've got a video that's been watched by a high percentage of the people that it's been offered to, you'd think they'd carry on offering it to more people. And people were watching quite a chunk of it as well. You know, on average, you never get above 50% viewership. Somebody watches the whole thing, somebody else watches none of it. It all averages out. The maximum you're going to get is kind of half. And it was running at about that. But they just pulled the plug on it. The algorithm just killed it. What do you do? What do you do? So I sat there and I carried on editing, and I managed to. That was kind of part one of a story with a follow-up to come the next day, but I needed to summarize part one as a short, you know, as an intro. So take a 30-minute video and get it down to 2 or 3 minutes as here's what happened previously, and now here we go. And I managed to get it down to 6 minutes. It's not enough. It takes time to make things shorter. So I gave that a rest. I left that alone. I left that alone for a while. Had another go at it later in the night. So, what else happened Monday? Oh, I got approached by some company trying to sell me. Oh, you're on YouTube and you're doing well, but we can help you do better. It's a wonderful channel you've got. We like watching it. And they tell you all this, and they obviously aren't watching crap because they'd know I didn't have any money. If they'd watched a single one of my videos, they'd know I haven't got the money for their services. I'm a tramp. I live in a field. That didn't work. Take my clicky bugger. No. Oh, don't do this. It's doing this. No. I tried clicking the button to go switch to the other camera and point at the tent, but my screen's not taking any of my clicks right now. What can I do? YouTube app. Did I mention me and the YouTube app aren't getting on? Anyway, yeah, so this company tried, and I wrote them a snarky letter back, a snarky email back, basically offering to test their software for free and advertise them to my wonderful audience. That'll get rid of them. That'll get rid of them. So, yeah, as I said, I later that night I returned to editing this video, getting the snippet, the introduction, and I got it down from 6 minutes down to 3 minutes, which I think was as trimmed as I was going to get it. So the video I released on Tuesday morning, well, it might be in the afternoon by the time it got released. The video I released on Tuesday, the follow-up to the magical thunderstorms, called something like Tramp and Magical Thunderstorms, the Aftermath. There was no aftermath because there was no fucking thunderstorms. But I managed to get that introduction down to just, I think, 3 minutes. Best I could do. But it was just a something and a nothing video because it's how YouTube is. You've got to release something, otherwise your channel just fades. That YouTube don't push out your older videos, they only push out your newer content. So they want new all the time. You're on a treadmill. You're on a treadmill. Which is bizarre because I'm not getting paid. It's not like I've got monetized and the ad revenue is not coming to me. My use of the word tramp stops ad revenue anyway, even when I do get there. Which is why I've switched to Hobo. It's more advertiser friendly. Tramp can be derogatory about a female, and advertisers don't take the chance, apparently. So there's that. So anyway, off into Tuesday we go. And it's another shitty, cloudy, cold day. And it's going to be cloudy all day, according to the forecast. They got that wrong slightly. And I'm worried that after one day with no sun, and a cloudy day ahead, how's my power going to hold up? Can I keep my phone charged? Can I keep my batteries for the lights and the head torch and things? The stuff that I used to chase away mice and rats, can I keep everything going? It's always a concern. It's always a concern. But knowing it was just going to be a crap day, I just literally just rolled over and stayed in bed. I didn't even walk the dog until late. I think almost noon. Just couldn't motivate, I didn't have my normal get up and go. Yeah, so because the previous day's video had died on its backside, I tried tweaking keywords, change the title, change the words you use, try and make it more catchy, maybe edit the thumbnail, the picture, try and make it a bit more, it was dead. So that's when I decided to release the follow-on video that I'd been working on in the background, but I'd hoped to keep that until like Wednesday or Thursday, but I had to put something out. So I think it was Tuesday, I think it was afternoon, I think Tuesday 2 o'clock I released that one. Not exactly sure. I didn't keep full and proper notes. Because it's me. It's me. When am I going to do anything properly? Oh, while I'm lying there in bed, around noon, 11 or 12 o'clock, I got an email saying that the delivery that I was expecting soon was going to be delivered, and they implied it could well be that day. At the earliest, it could have been later that day, but they didn't give a specific day or time. It was actually later in the week it came in the end. But you know how it is, once you've got somebody saying, hey, it might be delivered today, you can't go anywhere, can you? So even walking the dog becomes difficult. Do you want to risk being out for 5 or 10 minutes? Because that's when they're going to come, isn't it? That's when they're going to come. Just when you've turned your back for a few minutes. So yeah, had that hanging over me for a couple of days there. This is when I cooked the chili con carne. This was a palaver. Chickpeas, dried chickpeas. What a ball ache they are. And I've known this, and in the past I've kind of ended up eating whatever with the chickpeas still. If I say al dente, I'm probably understating it a bit. So this time I decided not to do that. I wasn't gonna just cook them in with the meal. I was gonna put them on beforehand, give them. And people say to soak them overnight. I've tried that. That's never made a difference. I've got to have heat on them for a couple of hours. So what I did was got the water hot put the chickpeas in, got the water hot, and then turned the heat off, because I'm not going to sit here for like 3 hours with the gas going. Hot water, chickpeas in, turn the flames off. After half an hour, come out, 5 minutes more with the burners going, get the heat up again, and just on and off like that for 2 or 3 hours. And then I can come out and fry some other ingredients and get other things going and put everything else in. But the chickpeas, after an hour or two, I put some beans in and some lentils. Those all just cook in normal time. Those don't need like half a day of cooking. Chickpeas though. Garbanzo beans. Garbanzo. I love them to eat, but they're a right royal pain in the tuchus. So anyway, yeah, in the end it was like 5 hours of cooking in the end, but mainly just this, putting it on for 5 minutes, turn it off and come back in an hour or half an hour. And in the end it was all gorgeous. And bonus, we got 2 hours of sunshine. That would be like now. And I told you before that the screen's not turning around. Oh, it did. Okay, so it would have been like that. We would have got a couple of hours of weak sun coming through hazy clouds on the horizon. And now I couldn't get it to switch back. We did it in the end, eh? We did it in the end. So yeah, we got a couple of hours of sun, and I put the panels there like these are now. It would have got a few watts stored, but nothing noticeable. You need the proper power of the sun properly on it, not this weak-assed, half-hearted stuff. But it was nice to get to see the sun after 2 days, so that was good. And I had a belly full of food. You've seen me. This is my eating utensil. Filled that to the brim and went and sat inside the. Well, I ate the first panful out here, and then I took a panful inside and sat in bed and ate another panful. Because why not? If you've got a full belly, you feel a lot warmer than an empty belly, as I found later in the week. Yeah. So where are we? 2 hours of mild sun. Oh, okay. And this is when I started playing about with some AI art programs. you give them a prompt and you tell them to what were some examples? I did a few puns on Conan the Barbarian. So Cannon the Barbarian, the bloke with a big cannon coming out of his head, sat on a horse with a big sword. Cannon the Barbarian. And then I did Traffic Cone the Barbarian. Just did another one that was a bear. Conan the Barbarian. Silly. But I liked the results, and you don't have to be an artist. You just give it the prompt, you just tell it what you want, and away you go. So I messed about with that a bit and just posted a few things on Twitter. Kill time. Waiting for a nice sunny day. So yeah. That was that. I was awake really late into that night as well. Awake still at 3:30 in the morning. Hoping for a sunny day the next day. That's what the weather forecast had been. Wednesday was supposed to be sunny. No. As soon as I woke up in the morning, as soon as I looked out of this, not out the door of the tent, just as soon as I looked at the side of the tent, I could tell it wasn't a nice sunny day. Just more cloud. Just more cloud. So a third day with no... Wow, 7 years since you first came to Torrevieja. It's 8 years since I first came here. February the 17th, I arrived in Torrevieja. February the 17th, 2016. We should mark the occasion, folks. Should we? Is there anything to celebrate? I don't know. I got a visit from the police earlier today. Did I mention that yet? I don't think I did. We'll get there. Hang on to the end. Guardia Civil rather than actual police, but they're the same. They're uniformed law enforcement that like to beat you about the head with iron sticks. So, there's that. So here I am, cloudy day, the third cloudy day, and I'm worried about my solar power and my batteries, and I'm kind of worried but relaxed. I know that I've got a spare battery here, although I haven't tested it since it's been given back to me, since it was brought back. So I know in the back of my mind that it's there, but I also know that it hasn't been put through its paces. I don't know how good it would be, and that you don't want to be testing these things out when you need them. You're supposed to test them out before you need them. But like I've said, if I can find a way to do things wrong, I will. I will. So, Wednesday morning, cloudy. I get a follow-up notification about my delivery that I'm waiting for. And this time it says, it will be today. It doesn't just say, hey, at the earliest it could be today, but any time over the next week. It actually said, it will be today. So I clicked through on the tracking app, thinking it would be like when you're having stuff delivered by Amazon, where you can follow the GPS of the van and know where he is. The Amazon deliveries are really great because they tell you there are 3 more deliveries to make before you. But I guesstimate it'll be 2 hours. You've got an idea what's happening. Not this. This just said, yeah, it left the office this morning. It left the depot at 6:30 this morning. It'll be with you today. Okay, that's useful. So I'm waiting on the delivery. I know it's going to be today. So what happens? Tina runs away. You're certain that if you turn your back for 2 minutes, you're going to have the little cardboard note saying that we tried to deliver and you were out. So I spend a quarter of an hour getting her ladyship here back from over by the cliffs. Little bugger. So I'm dead worried that I've missed him, that I've missed it. But no, I'm sat in the tent a couple of hours later and I get a phone call from an unknown number. Normally wouldn't answer. If I don't know your number, then you're not calling me. But because I was waiting on a delivery, I thought I'd chance it. you know. So I answered, and yeah, the driver he'd gone past and missed, didn't spot the only tent in the area, and went off and rang and said, "Where are you?" And I told him near the Repsol garage, gasoline area, or whatever the word is. Repsol's good enough. He knew. He turned around, and 2 minutes later he was here. And then he saw the tent, because you can't miss it. Except he did. So I got my delivery. 8 AAA batteries, rechargeable, like the AA ones that I've got, where you plug the USB cable directly into the battery. There's no separate charger. The charging circuit's built into the fake battery, it's not fake, but you know what I mean. It's built in. So I got those, and yeah. So this was a massive brain fart. I don't know how this. I'm looking at the pack, and I'm gutted. I'm absolutely certain that they've screwed up and sent me the wrong things. I'm looking at it, and just something about the way they were positioned made it look like I had one set of AAAs, so 4 AAAs, and I thought 4 AAs. And I was like, oh, can you get nothing right? I don't know how to send anything back. I can't speak Spanish. I've got no cash for postage back. I got no idea how I would even make any of that work. And I'm getting in a bit of a tiz about it. Posted a review on their website, or via their app, saying how crap it was and how disappointed I was that this is my first order and they screwed up. And for some reason I look again, and they're okay. They're all 8 of them are AAA batteries. I don't know. I can't explain what I saw or how I saw it so wrong. No idea. Just a total brain fart. I just saw the wrong thing. Over like a 20-minute period, I was looking at these things, convinced that they'd screwed up, giving them a bad review. Had to go in and delete that and kind of apologise. It's only fair. Don't understand. I don't know how I saw it so wrong. No idea. But there I was, staring at these things, bitching about how they were wrong, and they weren't. So the next job was to get them all charged up. And I've got a little splitter cable. It came with one as well, but I already had some from the other batteries. So I just, in pairs, started hooking the batteries up and putting them on, and they took about 2 hours to charge. And what I found was, as soon as I disconnect them and reconnect them, they go off and charge again for another half an hour, or appear to. Now my other batteries don't do this, and not all of these do. Some of them do this and some don't, and I don't understand. I'll have to see whether there's any kind of difference in the capacity of charge that they're holding when I put them through their paces. I need a Jackery power station. I would kill for, maybe not a Jackery, but an EcoFlow Delta I would kill for. Are you aware of these what are called solar generators? Basically a battery with a battery management system built in and a solar charge controller and an inverter to turn DC into AC. Basically, it's a box that gives you wall supply, current, proper normal electricity, 220 volts, that you can then plug appliances in and use. If I had one, and a nice big solar panel, like a proper 100 or 200 watt solar panel, I could get a television or something. I could be the best equipped tramp in the world. Maybe a fridge for in summer. Keep drinks cold or something. Keep food cold. Eggs even. Bread. Anything. Just stop things from going off like they do in summer. But those things are expensive. Jackery are expensive for what they are. They haven't come down in price. Those are bad in terms of value for money nowadays. But EcoFlow Delta. all my problems would be solved. A lot of my problems would be solved, yeah. A lot of, not all. I'd still be in Spain and I'd still have the Guardia Civil coming and flexing their muscle every now and again. Like this morning. But yeah, something like a Jackery or an EcoFlow Delta or any of those. Anchor do some good ones. I sit there for hours on Amazon or on AliExpress or Temu, however they pronounce it. I sit there for hours wish listing things that I could have. Even cheap rubbish. Like because I do these cookery videos every now and again. I keep looking just at things like spatulas and measuring spoons and just manual whisks. Anything like that. I'm always looking at that and building wish lists of crap, but I ain't got any pennies. Hence the e-begging in one of the videos this week, which was that Friday. I think that was Fridays. I don't know. No, I don't know. Let's not talk about that. Okay, batteries arrived. Spent the day charging batteries, and this is despite the fact that we've had no sunshine. So I'm draining the main battery attached to the solar panels to charge the little batteries for my head torch and for this other light that I showed you before. And what I also did, I brought out. I might have left that about Thursday actually. I'll leave that for now. That's Thursday. Is it? Oh, wow. No. I'll tell you anyway, because it might have been Wednesday, might have been Thursday. My foldable portable solar panel, I haven't used for about a month because the power bank that I charge from it has stopped working. In the run up to Christmas, I contacted the folks that gave it to me and said thank you and how much I appreciate it and that I use it every day. Of course, it goes and breaks 2 days later. I think one of my cables shorted out. I think the mice got to my cable and chewed on it. There's exposed wire and not just the inner, the actual copper strands. And it might be from two different. It might be from the positive and the negative. I can't tell. Whatever reason, the portable power bank stopped working, so I haven't been using the portable panels to charge it. But I thought I would connect one of these little AAA batteries. Are we back? Sorry, folks. I got a message saying we were gone. I hope it wasn't for long. I was just saying that the portable power bank stopped working, and I haven't used the portable panels since, and that I was going to use them to charge these AAA batteries, so that all of the power from the main panels can go into that battery, and I'm not using it through the day, or it can just concentrate on power inwards, not power outwards. So that was my idea. So I started using the portable panel again for the first time in forever. But I can only charge one of these little batteries at a time. Even though a proper USB port should be able to charge 2 of these batteries at once. I think I've talked in excuse me. I've talked in the past about how the coating on the front of the surface of the panels, the protective layer, has crackled and speckled and become white and frosted. And I've taken most of it off with abrasive scrubbing, toothpaste basically, toothpaste and a bit of elbow grease. But I think that the panels are in a suboptimal condition now. They don't give off as much power as they used to. So I can only charge 1 battery at a time instead of 2, unfortunately. But it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Okay, what else? Oh, the other thing I did this Wednesday afternoon, I managed to get a hair wash. because I knew Karen was around, or going to be around. So yeah, washed my hair for the first time in, I'm embarrassed to say, before Christmas. Yeah. And I was down to my last bottle of water, so I couldn't have a real good go at it. I could only have one go over. But I'm all right now for water. Thank you, Karen, and thank you, Miguel, my neighbour, who stopped by and brought some. We'll get to that. I think that was the next day, was it? Might have been Friday. So yeah, I'm all right for water again now. So yeah, I want to do a review of these batteries, these AAA batteries. I never did a proper review of the AA batteries. I want to get them fully charged, put them on a light and see how long they last, and then get some normal batteries, disposable batteries, and turn those on and see how long those last. Compare and contrast. It means throwing away, burning through a couple of normal batteries, standard batteries, but you guys are worth it. I'll do a review of the batteries and tell you how good they are or aren't, whether they're worth getting. Most people still haven't seen them. The fact that you can just plug the cable directly into the battery. You're not powering a charger that then charges the batteries. It's all just within the battery. It's quite neat. I like it. Clever idea. It appeals to the technology side of my brain. I like that. I know that so far, I charge the AAA batteries, the ones, and I've used them every night so far on the head torch for... I've not just been turning it on just when I need it and then turning it off as soon as I can. I've been putting it on and just leaving it on. And likewise, the big light in the roof of the tent, I turn it on now and leave it on for an hour or two on an evening. 8 while 10, something like that. Just on. And it's like revolutionary. Instead of just turning it on when I think there's a mouse or something running around, I'm actually able to just turn a light on and leave it on. I can't tell you, doesn't it sound bizarre? I can't tell you how incredible that is. Just to be able to turn a light on and leave it on. Knowing that I've got other batteries that I can swap out if it goes up, and I can charge it again the next day. I'm not having to go and spend €2 a week on batteries in the Chino Bazaar over the road there. Tina, shush. No, Tina, there's nobody there, I don't think. Oi, quiet girl. If there's anybody there, I'll let you go and eat them later, okay? If they're sneaking about, you can eat them. But we don't need the barking. Shush. Dog. I'm sure there's nobody there. There is a cat around at the minute, which I'm enjoying. I'm liking the fact that this little white cat's around, because the other night I had something run past the back of the tent, like between the tent and the hedge. It's not a privet, but it's a spiky hedge like that anyway. And something ran past, and it wasn't a rat. It was bigger. So I'm assuming that the cat was chasing something down the side. I like that. Keep the little buggers away. Although, yeah, like I said about the one that was near, it's within 18 inches of my head on Friday night. We'll get there. Okay, washed my hair, water, washed my hair, charging batteries, lights on at night. Yeah, that was my closing statement for Wednesday. Bliss. Having the confidence to just turn a light on and just leave it on. Not to turn it off as soon as it's practicable. Just to leave it and have light in the tent for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then just put the batteries on to charge again the next morning. Marvellous. It really is. I know, I'm gushing about something and nothing. It's ridiculous. I can hear myself. I'm embarrassed for myself. Anyway, so that's Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. 3 days, no sun, except for that little bit on the Tuesday night. When I check, before the sun comes up, I check the battery box, lift the lid. 1 light. We're down to 1, and I've been charging my phone overnight And so it will be low even for one light. It's not going to be like 25% charge. It's not only just within one, almost two. It'll be the bottom end of one, almost none. Yeah, no. But we're going to have some sunshine. And this time we are. As soon as I open my eyes, I can tell at the top of the tent when the sun starts to come over the trees. I can tell it's going to be a nice day. It helps that the weather forecast said so as well, but I don't trust that shit. They said that we were only going to have 2 cloudy days and we had 3. They said we were going to have thunder and lightning and we had none. Oh, my back. Oh, that's not good. Ouch. What happened there? Oh! Something went twang in my back. Sitting down, it's not good for you. It's not good for you. And again. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, look, sunshine. My God, actual sunshine. Those were my notes. Thursday morning. So that's when I recorded a video about 3 days with no solar power, 3 days with no sun, and about the new batteries as well. And I think I released that as soon as I could. I think I did. I release that there and then. Oh, I don't know. If you've watched it, you tell me. Did I release that Thursday or Friday? Gonna have to keep better notes. Got to do better notes. So again, yeah, I spent that afternoon. So I recorded the video in the morning, and I spent the afternoon again getting the batteries charged back up. Like I said, I had the lights on and the torch on for hours at a time. So I wanted to see whether I could get everything charged back up again during the day without connecting to the main battery connected to the big solar panels. See whether I could charge everything from my portable panel. And I kind of more or less sort of did. I kind of got there. So that's been the pattern now. Trying not to use that power if I can avoid it. Trying to do everything or as much as possible from the portable panels to let the main battery get back up to power. So yeah, this was a weird one as well. So that afternoon, while I'm doing this with the batteries and things, and I come out and I think I made a bowl of food. I had some of the chili still, so I got a bowl of chili and I sat here eating. And every time I looked up, there was this woman up at the bus stop, staring at me. And I don't know whether she fancied me or whether she just hated the idea that I was here. Something about me mesmerised her. Literally, every time I glanced up, she was looking at me. Don't know. Didn't like it. Usually means trouble. Usually means that... And then I get the police coming around this morning. Possibly connected. I don't know. Don't know. When things happen out of the blue, and 2 weird things happen a day or 2 apart, makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. But maybe I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist, just putting different patterns together, and 2 and 2 equals 5. Ouch! Where are you, Tina? Oh, you're right behind me, darling. I want to move the chair. Just give me a second, folks. Oh! I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never had backache. Once. I once walked backwards into a door handle and instantly knocked my back. And it's the only time I've ever had back. I almost killed myself getting down the stairs afterwards. That was here in Torrevieja on Avenida de la Mancha. But I've never had back trouble other than that. And now something in my back just went. Okay. Where are we? Thursday. Portable panel charging everything. Woman looking at me funny from the bus stop. Light in the tent. Yeah. Yeah, it was strange having the lights on again. I haven't got used to that. I'm doing it, but it just feels weird. Do you remember when you were a kid and your mum and dad would tell you to turn the big light off? Stop wasting electricity. I've got that in my head. I've got this big light on in the dome of the tent, in the dome of the bedroom, just right in the top, lighting up the whole of the inside. Probably if you stood outside, probably lighting the whole thing up like a lantern, like a beacon. It's strange. It doesn't sit right with me right now. I haven't adapted yet. It's still weird. So, Thursday night into Friday. And I was so cold. I was colder than I should have been. It wasn't as cold as it felt, or I felt colder than it actually was. And I don't know why. I don't know. It's happened a couple of times this week. Since I've been in Spain, I've rarely been cold. And I include the whole of last winter where I was sleeping outside. You know, I was out sleeping in a park back end of summer and then here. I've rarely been cold. Last February we had a couple of days where it was only 4 degrees overnight, 4 Celsius. And I wasn't cold then, although I had a hot water bottle. But rarely actually cold. And a couple of times this week I've just been chilled to the bone. I said about the last Sunday after the live stream. So yeah, I don't know. So, this is Friday mornings when that's right, Friday, when I got the haircut and the beard trim. Hey Karen. I think this is when I did my little bit of e-begging, because I'd run out of cash, folks. I'd run out. I had no cash, and my PayPal was getting low as well. But someone sent me a few euros. So thank you to the people that have tried to help out. One of the payments is frozen. It's kind of stuck because they didn't click the friends and family thing. It just gone through as if it was a business transaction, and there's a fee on it, and it gets held up. Basically, it gets held up waiting for a delivery that can't happen because there's nothing to deliver. Someone's making a donation. So if you do send me anything on my PayPal, and there'll be a link in the description afterwards, it's not there yet. But if anybody does, click the friends and family option. Otherwise, it just gets held up, and fees get applied, and it just goes silly. We all lose out. That way. But this isn't. I'm just talking about that video. I'm not begging yet. Okay. So yeah, and then I was waiting. So Friday, once I'm up and about, recorded that video. And then my friend Karen came around, and I did another quick snippet of a video which I tacked on to the end of the first video, just the reveal. Me, shaved and shorn like a sheep. Yeah. Oh, and God. Karen. Have I mentioned this already? She offered to take me shopping, and I thought that was like a lift, take me to the supermarket, so that I can buy things and don't have to carry them back. But she actually bought me the shop. She bought me the food. Thank you, Karen. You didn't have to do that, but I really do appreciate that. But after everything else you've done, bringing me the water, the haircuts and the beard trims, and then taking me shopping, that's tremendous. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, my friend. Okay, folks. Then after all this food, I have to find somewhere to put it. Because the tent's a bit of a, let's just call it disorganized. I'm waiting for nice days where I can bring everything out, sort through things, and then put it all in. And as I said, we had all those cloudy days that looked miserable and horrible. So now So now I got to kind of, I struggled to fit everything in there. In fact, I didn't get everything in there. Some things I had to put in this outside box that I've got. Rice and lentils, wasn't it? Dry goods that I've got a box out here that's already got some other things in, and I just added them in there because until I get reorganized, until I empty everything out, move things around and better organize in there. Because the difficulty, folks, I've got these plastic boxes to protect food from rodents, to keep the mice and the rats out. But once you start stacking boxes, you never unstack them. And whatever you've put in that bottom box is kind of lost. It's lost to time until you manage to dig everything out, unstack everything, and get back to the bottom. So that's something I've got to get on top of this week. It was meant to be last week. It was meant to be the week before. I'll get there eventually. I will get there eventually. So, on to Friday night. And I got the light on in the tent again. It's just... See, look, I'm writing notes here. Just, hey, I've got a light on. Wow! What a dick. I missed Friday Night Tights, my favourite programme of the week. I missed it. Because the buggers put it on 5 hours early. They're all away at some convention in America, some Comic-Con kind of thing. And they've all met up and they did it at a time to suit them, not their audience. So I tuned in at the normal time wanting to watch my favourite programme, only to find it's already happened. It's gone, it's finished. It's there and it's recorded and it's available, but it loses its appeal because I take part in the chat. Unlike you lot, I actually fucking type in the chat when I'm watching a live stream. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, get on with it. Get on it, doggone it. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's free. So anyway, yeah, the program kind of lost some of its luster, lost some of its sparkle because it had been and gone. I'd kind of missed it. So I put it on anyway and just fell asleep. And this is where, while I'm asleep, and I hear the scurrying and it wakes me up. The little thing must have fallen off the bag onto the floor and then scurried back up this bag. And it's dark. And by the time I put the torch on, this is putting the torch on, clicking the little light, the little switch, put the light on, and I just see the arse end of him. I see his little tail going up and over over this bag that's it's the original mattress. It's the sunbed mattress that was my bed back at the beginning of all of this. From back in the day. I can't throw it away because it's kind of sentimental value. And I might need it if ever the cops do move me on. I might have to. I won't be taking the two double bed mattresses with me, will I? But a little one like that I can just roll out might have some use. This is how hoarding starts, folks. You can't throw things away because they might be useful again one day. Yeah, that. So anyway, I wake up, put the light on and just see his arse end as he goes up and over this bag and scurries away. Now earlier in the night, I've moved the mousetrap. I've taken my folded solar panel in, put it on top of a bag of clothes, and I've moved the mousetrap and just put it there, intending to move it back afterwards, like put on the floor or something, and just haven't. I've just left it there, forgotten about it. And I wake up the next morning, Saturday morning, and without thinking, I pick up my solar panel, my folded solar panel, and bring it out and set it up and plug the little batteries back in, and and don't give a second thought to, hey, wasn't there a mousetrap on here? Didn't compute, didn't realise until later that day. There's other things happen, but I'll tell you. So later on, I go inside and I'm going to get a wash. I got my towel out and my soap and my little pot of water, and I'm going to get a wash inside. And I think to myself, I take the solar panels in, put it down, and then I think, oh, where's that mousetrap? And I'm looking for the mousetrap, and then I spot it upside down, like over, like 30 or 40 centimeters away from where I'd left it, but it's upside down. And I just thought, oh, I've knocked it over, but I hadn't. So when I turn it over, mouse, dead mouse, little fella. It's gonna be the one that was 18 inches from my bloody face when I woke up in the night, Friday night. He's gone and got himself clunked during the night, and that's why the mousetrap wasn't still on top of the solar panel in the morning. So I'm assuming for now that there was only one of them in there and that was him. I've told you the tale in the past of when I had the rat trap in a similar location. I'd just put it up there out of the way so me and the dog weren't tripping over it in the day. And it went off, and we got 2 mice at once that day in the same trap at the same time. Bang. Don't like it though. I don't like the dead mice. I don't like the live ones either though. I do have like a grudging respect for them. They are intelligent, and they're fast, and they're muscular. They're dense. They're not fatties. They're dense, but they're so fast. Like when I put the light on and this thing, split second, he moved like 1.5 meters in a quarter of a second. He was just gone, and he was doing it uphill over a plastic bag. But I think that was him in the trap the next day. So yeah, there's that. But he had, the little bugger had been right next to my head. He'd been that far away from, when I woke up, he was there. Don't know, folks. I don't know. I don't like the fact that they're dead. I don't like the fact I'm killing them. But what's my option? What are my choices? I can't have them just running around, I just can't. So yeah, so what else happened Saturday? Oh, okay. That's when I released the videos from about the Friday morning, and that would have had the haircut on as well, would it? Was that the one with the haircut on? Oh, who knows? I'm lost. Go watch the videos. You want to know which videos got what? Read the bloody title. I can't remember. I only make them. I do sit there and watch them as well afterwards. Turns out I like the sound of my own voice. Who knew? So yeah, Saturday, in between getting up and putting the panel out and bringing it back in and finding a dead mouse, we did other things that day. I made a promotional video about this TrampCast. I did an advert that I released it's only a 60-second short. It's actually 57 or 58 seconds, but it starts off with like a slideshow of my adventures here. The shelter that I made out of 6 broom handles and a tarpaulin over the top, how that got a hole in, the big rip and hole, and then how it got repaired. So there's just a slideshow of these things, and then me getting the tent, and how the tent was fantastic and didn't look like the shithole it looks like now. If you go back and you look at the early pictures of this tent, it was stunning, it was remarkable, it was gorgeous. And now it's slumping and twisting and crooked and bent and split, with holes everywhere, and with a tarp over the roof that's also falling apart. Rodents don't welcome. That'll see them off. Absolutely, Moonhawk. Absolutely. So yeah, go back, have a look at that video. If you see my little short, because it's just The first 20 seconds or so is just a slideshow, and then it's an advert for TrampCast. You can all skip that bit. You all know about TrampCast. You're here, obviously, and you've all hit the thumbs up button, haven't you? You've all hit the like button. I don't believe you. Okay, Saturday then. I did this TrampCast promo, released it. I did really well. It had a good start, and then it faltered, it stopped, but then it took off again, and I got about 300, 400 views on that in the end. And when people come into that, they then get offered the other videos afterwards. So all of my other videos start to see an uptick, and the channel did well for a while. Picked up a couple more subscribers. I haven't got the number. I forgot to look at the number. Are we on 418? Is it something like that? 417, 418. You guys will have that visible somewhere on your screen. I don't. I can't see that. But considering it's only a couple of weeks ago, we were on 276. No, 376. 276 to 400 and odd. That would have been a good jump. We were on 376 2 weeks ago, and now we're on 416, 17, 18, whatever it is. So that's going well. What else did I do? I sat in the sun all afternoon, Saturday. It was a glorious day. Just sat here, waving and saying hello to everyone who walks past. Yeah. And Tina barks, and occasionally she runs out and runs off after somebody. So far she hasn't eaten anybody. 418, yeah, okay, doing well. I like that. I told you I like to watch the numbers going up. 500 is a target because it unlocks some features with YouTube. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see whether we get there or not. I'm thankful to you guys for being here as well, because I know this is a niche thing. You're watching a tramp prattle on about his week. It's probably not for everybody, is it? So I appreciate you guys. So cheers to the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, get on it. Get on it, God on it. God damn it. God. I'll have to watch Camelot again. Got to practice his catchphrase. The guys just started driving NASCAR. Proper real. Like actual. That's not bad. Okay. Where are we? Yeah, back in the tent, found the dead mousey. I went shopping for cola. And razors. I went shopping for razors, guys. I've actually bought, I haven't used them yet, obviously, but I just bought some disposable razors because I've got a Mac 3, a proper razor, but I got 5 heads for it as well, but they were caught in floods way back, and they'll be manky and horrible and probably rusty, and I'm not risking blood poisoning just for a shave. So I bought some disposables. We'll maybe by next week I might have taken it all off properly. But then you'll all be telling me that I've got a top lip that needs a tash. A few too many kickings over the years. A few scars and a few bent bits that hung off for a while. 89. So where are we? Shopping, cola, razors. Yeah, and then, okay, here's one. I've talked in the past about Big Clive, the guy on the Isle of Man who has 1 million followers with his electrical works and his electronics and things. And previously he'd announced that yesterday, was going to be his last live stream, that he was going to cut back on them and only do... He has a Patreon account, so people pay him each month, and he does a separate show for them. So he started these Saturday night shows during lockdown, during COVID, just as a way for technical people to just hang out together and chew the fat. Drink. He viewed it as like being down the pub, a bunch of guys, technical guys down the pub, chatting with each other. And he got quite a following, quite an audience, but he's got a little bit tired of doing too many live streams, and it's distracting him from doing his proper videos. So he wanted to step back from it. But he announced that this Saturday was going to be his last one. But then he kind of rejigged things. He thought things through and came up with a different way of doing things. So they're going to carry on, which is, I'm happy about that. They'll only be every second week. So 1 week will be the public show that he does, and 1 week will be the private show that he does for his paying viewers. But at least we'll still have some Big Clive Live on Saturdays, every second Saturday. So I'm happy about that, because that's one of my favourite shows of the week that I like to watch. So I'm happy. That's good. I thought we were losing Big Clive, but no, he's still going to be there. So that was me into Saturday night, and that brings us to Sunday, which is the part you've been waiting for, isn't it? If you were here earlier and you heard about the police and things, poked my head out of the door this morning. I was taking how do I put this? I was off to empty a vessel. My piss pot was full. I was going to empty the piss pot over in the bushes. So I put my head out and walked. And as I'm walking over, there's a guy in the road here. Just we got chatting. Within 30 seconds of starting to talk, cop car, Guardia Civil, pulls down the road. And of course, Tina takes the opportunity then to run out and piss about in the road in front of the cop car. Because Tina, So then he asks me the obvious question, what are you doing here? How long you been here? And when I said 15 months, just total shock on his face. Because instantly he knew that meant that I've been visited multiple times in the past. He knew that if they could have got rid of me by now, they would have. So he kind of knew that he was on a loser. He wasn't going to be able to muscle me out and just, like the guy who tried to be the big man, the first one who came and did, oh, if you're not gone by tomorrow, you'll have trouble with me. He knew he wasn't going to be able to do any of that. Or the other guy, the one that actually arrested me and dragged me off that time, who told me that he was environment officer and he needed me off this land because environment. But then they just released me the next morning, let me go, and, didn't come back and follow up because environment. But I'm told I'm on private land. This isn't public land, so they've got no say. The police can't just trespass me and move me on. It needs to be the landowner, and nobody can trace him. So yeah, no, I'm not being moved on because environment. And this cop, he just wished me good day and went on. So there's that. And also, the guy I was talking to, he's now my new neighbour. There's not just me here anymore. So there's that as well. Things are changing. We'll have to see whether they're for the better or not. But, yeah. That's my week, guys. That's me kind of more or less up to date, I think. New neighbour, police, preparing for TrampCast. I've told you before, it takes me between an hour and 2 hours to get the notes off my phone and onto the paper. Because through the week I'm just jotting them on the phone, but I can't leave this app. If I leave this app, the stream ends. And then I have to create a new stream that takes about a quarter of an hour to do. And then you have to try and find me within YouTube and come to the new stream. Like last week when it all went wrong right at the start. I think that was last week. So we don't want any of that. So preparing for this. And then doing this. And that's me bang up to date. And I'm now sat here with a bad back. And I'm cold again. And I've done it again, guys. Look, I've got a jumper here ready to put on. And I just haven't put it on. if you just excuse me for a moment, I will... Oh, I can't see a thing now. I will just put this on, because we're not quite finished yet. There's another section of the show still to come, where we talk about what's to come this week. I'll give you a clue. Nothing. I don't get any plans. Like I said, I need to empty the tent out. I've been saying it for 2 or 3 weeks now. I need to empty that out, reorganise and do that. I'm okay for food and water at the minute. Well-ish. Oh, I've got to wash some clothes. Because I've been short on water for the past little while. Even when I've had water, it's only been kind of a week's worth. So I haven't wanted to start splashing. If I want to fill up one of these bowls here and wash, I've got like, let's say 5 or 6 t-shirts to wash. I need to have maybe 3, maybe 4 of these 8-litre bottles of water for rinsing, then the proper wash. So a soak, a proper wash, and then a rinse afterwards. I go through 3 or 4 of these 8-litre bottles, and so I haven't had that much to spare. So yeah, I need to get on with that. I've instead of just taking t-shirts off and stuffing them into a carrier bag, into a shopping bag for later, I need to actually get on and get some washing done. That would be good to get that done. But other than that, really, cookery videos if I can. Neighbours just going past. I don't know. I did some cooking this week, but I just didn't record it because it was just chilly. I mean, I think I've done one before on here. Have I? Possibly not. But it wasn't a nice day, and I was just getting it done. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'll have to look back through the record and see what I've done a video of and what I haven't. Oh, cold. But yeah, that's wash clothes, possibly cooking videos, sorting out the tent. The weather this week is going to be good, apparently. Every day is going to be sunny, with the possible exception of Tuesday morning. Bit of cloud Tuesday morning. But it looks like I've got no worries in terms of solar. I've got no worries in terms of rain or thunderstorms, if you watch those videos. It turns out when they said thunderstorms, I didn't have any worry of thunderstorms. Well, I had the worry, but no actual damage from thunderstorms. It looks like we're in for a good week. Let's see how it goes, folks. Any more? Any questions? Anything? Or are we done? I think we're done. Unless you say otherwise, we're done. Once more, folks. Cheers to you for making it this far, for being here to the end. Especially if you were here at the beginning as well. Okay, folks. I did a chili sin carne. Yeah, all of mine would have been sin carnes, except for the teriyaki that I can't find the videos for now. I do still have that video somewhere, I hope. If not, I'll have to recreate it from all of the clips again. I tried to clear some space on my phone, and I might have cleared too much. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. We'll have to see. We'll have to see whether I can... I think that's the only thing I've cooked with meat. Everything else has just been with stock cubes or gravy granules. I do actually have meat at the minute, so if I can think of something to do, I might be able to knock something together. My new neighbour is in a tent under a tree. Yeah, I helped him put it up earlier. Yeah. Okay, folks. I think that's that. I'm going to let you all go. Okay. From Tina. I can't show you her. Oh, let's see. Let's see what it was working, wasn't it? Let's do it the traditional way. Tina, girl. Say hello to the peoples, or say bye-bye. From Tina. And from me, Delta Mike, out.